Okay, good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. My name is Gail Hartfield, a senior forecaster here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh, here to give you the weekly impact weather briefing for the upcoming week. First of all, we wanted to show you the percentage of normal rainfall here for the last 14 days ending yesterday. And as you can see, there's an awful lot of browns and yellow shading, indicating that we've had a pretty dry period. We did have a couple days of some decent rainfall the first part of the month, first few days there, and since then we've been fairly dry. Only the far southern part has received above normal rainfall. So we're, as contrast to what we've been the past several months, we're in a dry period right now. Looking ahead to this week's weather pattern, it is going to be dry. Dry weather will continue. We have a high pressure area coming into us, building into the area today, and that will remain in place through midweek. And as we get into late week, we do have a couple of reinforcing fronts. Pretty much dry. We'll just bring in little shots of cooler air, but for the most part, we'll be under the control of high pressure through the next 7 days. Very low chances of precipitation. We're looking at little chance of light rain in the far northeast sections of central North Carolina later today, and along and east of I-95, and especially coastal sections late Wednesday into Thursday with a coastal low pressure system there. So other than that, dry for the most part. And looking at cool weather to start off with, becoming a little more seasonable, a little more normal, and then going above normal over the weekend. Our severe thunderstorm potential is very low, and that is through midweek, and this looks to continue through the end of the week as well. Here's our accumulated precipitation forecast for the next 7 days, and as you can see, there's an awful lot of no green over central North Carolina, so looking like a fairly dry pattern that we've had over the last 2 weeks will continue for at least another week for most of the area. And looking at the river observations and forecasts across the area, we've had several rivers in flood for a good long time, but right now no rivers in central North Carolina are in flood at this time. River levels are generally decreasing across the area. And looking ahead next week, that warm pattern I mentioned that will be starting off the weekend and starting the early part of next week will continue into next week by all accounts. Looks like we're going to have above normal temperatures starting in the upcoming weekend and then extending into the next week. And we're looking at above normal precipitation as well for most of the country, extending into next week. I want to show you this too. We're getting toward the point where we're looking at the latest freeze occurrences through the year as we start to see the growing season starting here. So I want to show you just the climatological date of the median last freeze and some statistics as far as when the earliest and the latest recorded freezes have been in the spring. And then generally in central North Carolina, we're looking at the record historical last freezes occurring in late April and early May. So we're still a little ways away from that, but we will be starting our frost freeze program here shortly in the next week. In our southeastern counties, we'll be starting that March 21st. And for the rest of central North Carolina, that will be starting April 1st. So what that means is after that date, for those counties, that's when we'll start issuing frost and freeze products to protect agriculture and plants and things like that, and kind of alert when we're looking at frost or freezing conditions so people can take appropriate action. So generally, the summary for the week again, very dry. We're going to start out kind of cool through midweek, becoming a little more toward normal, and then going above normal over the weekend upcoming, and generally dry, just a few spotty sprinkles in the northeast today, and then another chance in the far east late Wednesday into Thursday, but no great amounts. Anything that falls will be fairly light, and all rivers will remain below flood. So if anyone's got any questions, feel free to click on the box there and enter your question in the box there. All right, seeing nothing, thank you very much and hope everyone has a wonderful week. And again, if you have any weather needs, do not hesitate to let us know and give us a call. Thank you.